What's up guys, it's your boy back with another video. So today we're gonna be doing what if Luffy traveled back in time. So like guys, I'm doing this from the top of my mind, so I really hope you guys enjoy this, and yeah, let's get started. So Luffy had just finished fighting with Kaido, and like this is the scene like where he fought with Kaido for the first time after he thought that Kaido had killed his crew. But in this version, in this timeline, Kaido had actually killed his crew. So Luffy was mad. And so he went to fight Kaido, the same thing he did in canon. So like after he went to fight Kaido, he started fighting him, but then Luffy got like heavily injured that he wasn't going to survive. So and then this random person came up who saw Luffy fighting Kaido and said, "I give you a second chance." And they used a power that Luffy hadn't seen before. It was a time fruit that Momonosuke's mom had. And after Momonosuke's mom had died, somebody else had gotten it. And we don't know who that person is. So he gave Luffy a second chance and sent him back to when he was a kid. So Luffy went back to when he was like right after he ate the gum fruit. We'll say that. So ate the gum fruit, he has experience with the gum fruit. So this time so he looks around and sees like Shanks' crew and Shanks are still there, and Shanks still has his arm. So and then that's when the bandits come in. And like in this version, Luffy ain't like as weak as he was. Let's say he has up until second gear. So Luffy beats the bandits. Wait, no, actually, yeah. But since he learned hockey in his previous life, I'm just gonna say previous life. But no, I'm referring to like before he time traveled. So he would use hockey, and Shanks would be surprised that he knows how. He would use Conqueror's hockey, and Shanks would be surprised that he knows Conqueror's hockey. So he would ask if he would like to train with them. So then Luffy would say yes, but he says to come back after 6 months. So like Shanks agrees with that, and yeah. And he goes, and in this version, Shanks didn't lose his arm, thankfully, so he can still spar with Mihawk. So, since Shanks didn't lose his arm, so in the future, he would have more battles with Mihawk. Since in the canon, like, Mihawk didn't want to fight Shanks because he only had one arm, but in this timeline, he can fight Shanks because he had 2 arms. So then Luffy would like tell Shanks to come back after 6 months, and then Shanks would agree. So then he would practice with his gum fruit while he waited for his grandpa to come to take him to the mountain bandits. So after he waited 2 weeks, and then his grandpa came and took him and told him that he was gonna take him to the mountain bandits. And Luffy said okay. So he went there, and whenever he got there, he started crying like right after he saw Ace. And he immediately went and hugged him, but Ace was weirded out by him hugging him, so he just pushed him away. And then Luffy was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You just remind me of somebody else." And then Ace was like, "It's okay." And then so like the next day, Luffy would try and do the same thing he did in canon, where he would follow Ace, but Ace would put obstacles in his way. So he would start following Ace, but Ace would put obstacles in his way. But this is the second day, like right after he'd gotten to the mountain bandits, and Garp had left, and the Dawn was not happy because she was like another brat to take care of. But she had to do it because if she didn't, Garp, she would face the wrath of Garp. So Luffy followed Ace, but Ace tried to put obstacles in his way. But since in this timeline, Luffy, okay, I'm gonna say in this timeline, Luffy is smarter. Is actually smart. So he's not a genius, like a prodigy, but he's not dumb either. So he's like in a regular person's mind. So yeah. So like then he starts following Ace, but since he has second gear, that's not gonna be a problem for him. So Ace tries to put obstacles in his way, but he avoids them all. And then whenever Ace meets up with, and he hides, so Ace thinks that Luffy got left behind. So whenever Ace meets with Sabo, Luffy would appear and ask them if they would want to become his friends. Since this time of Luffy isn't a crybaby, so he doesn't cry. And then Ace and Sabo try and catch him. When they try to catch him, and Luffy just plays along, and they catch him in time to a log, and they talk between Ace and Sabo if they should kill him, and Luffy doesn't cry in this version, so that's at least good. So and then they hear the what was his name again? Okay guys, give me 1 second, I'm gonna have to search it up. The guy who, I think it was Bellemere. No, that's another person. The guy who like he first, oh, the Blue Jam Pirates. And then they meet the guy from the Blue Jam Pirates. And they meet the guy with they meet one of the Blue Jam Pirates, and he finds Luffy tied to a log, and he's like, and he asks him if he's seen Ace or Sabo, and he unties him, so he holds him like to his head, but he tries to go and hold him to his head, like lift him up with his hand, but then Luffy just knocks the guy out. And like the other crewmates are like their attack, but Luffy just deals with them. Luffy just deals with them. He uses his Conqueror's Haki, and Ace and Sabo are surprised. They didn't know that he was this strong, so they said thank you for not telling him about their treasure, and they asked if they could if he could train them, and he was like, sure. So he started training them together, and they trained for like 6 months. Oh yeah, they trained for 6 months until, so like Luffy taught them Haki, armament Haki, and observation a little. No, he taught them observation a little, and since Luffy has experience from his past life. No. Okay, I'ma just say this. Luffy doesn't have Haki yet. Like he can, okay, he has a little bit, so he can use armament, and he can use Conqueror's Haki. But he can only use Conqueror's Haki once a month. Cause if Luffy knew Conqueror's Haki right away, it wouldn't be as good as if he learned it through his way. So Luffy this time has Conqueror's Haki, and like not that much. So it's his Haki isn't as good as like before he traveled back in time. So then he would train them for 6 months, and they would be like 50% of Luffy's power. So they would be 50% of Luffy's power. So then they would then Shanks would come. So that would be so then he would ask him if he could train. If then he would ask Shanks if he could train them. And Shanks said he had no problem. Oh yeah, this was before like okay, so we're gonna do a recap. So like whenever Luffy was at the bar, he asked Shanks if he could train him and his brothers. So they'd already made the bond with brothers. So they're already brothers. So he asked if he could train him and his brothers, and Shanks was like, okay. So then he'd come back after 6 months, and Luffy like, and then he asked where Luffy was, cause Luffy wasn't in the village anymore. He asked the villagers, and that was the day they were gonna visit Luffy. Like when in the canon, in the original canon, they went up to visit Luffy and bring him and bring him and his friends clothes, foods. So yeah, so that's when he went with them and he found them. And wait, how do I say this? Okay, and Luffy was happy to see Shanks, so he went and hugged him, and Ace and Sabo were like, who's that? Oh, and then Luffy was like, that's one of my friends. And then they were like, is he strong? Oh yeah. And Luffy would be like, he's strong, he's even stronger than me. So at this time, let's say Shanks hasn't become a Yonko yet. But yeah, but he hasn't become a Yonko yet. And yeah, this was in his prime, so yeah, like this was a few years back. Cause like, okay, so right now Luffy is like 8. No, Luffy is 6. Okay, wait, guys, give me 1 second. I might have to check something out. So give me a couple of seconds. So he was he's like 7.5 years old, and Ace and Sabo are a 9.5. So then Ace would ask them for their names, and Ace would ask Ace and Shanks would ask Ace and Sabo for their names, and Sabo would go first, and then Sabo would say his name is Sabo and his family name. So Sabo would say that So Sabo would just say his name is Sabo, and Ace would be, my name is Porcus the Ace, and Shanks would be surprised by that, and he goes and hugs Ace, and Ace is weirded, cause like he's weirded by people hugging him. So Ace saw so he would be like, why are you hugging me? And Shanks would tell him that he is his uncle. And Ace would cry because he thought he didn't have any relatives, because as y'all know, Ace's dad and mom died. So when Shanks told him that he was his uncle, Ace cried because he thought he didn't have any family members. So this bonded them like way closer. So now he wanted to train them so they could get stronger. So then he would take them upon his crew and upon his ship, and they would set sail. So the first person they're gonna go to is Mihawk to train their swordsmanship. And yeah, guys, that's it for today. That's where I'm gonna end it. I hope y'all enjoy this as well as much as I enjoyed making it. And yeah, guys, so I love y'all. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and yeah, I'm gonna be posting part 2 probably this weekend, around this weekend. So I'm gonna start doing 2 videos a week. So yeah, guys, hope y'all enjoyed, and peace out.